Talking today about EQA Unit 1 2.1 and 2.2. 2.1 asks you to evaluate the importance of planning and preparing external quality assurance activities, and 2.2 asks you what an EQA strategy should contain. So what should you plan for as an EQA? You don't want to just randomly check, but you need to have a systematic approach. And your lead EQA is likely to direct your approach by the EQA strategy and policies. You need to plan to cover all centres, units, modules, employers, assessors and grades. As an EQA, you'll need to plan to review resources used by centres to support learners and employers. You'll need to check they're fit for purpose, up to date and suitable. So the examples used by centres to help teach learners should be current and relevant to the demographic. So say, for example, if we're looking at external factors on a business administrator course, we might not want to still be talking about COVID in 2024 when COVID was in 2020 and may not be relevant to younger learners who weren't working during those times. Check the resources are updated regularly, perhaps annually, and they have update or version numbers on them. And look at how centres modernise their systems, resources and questions and workbooks. Plan for OTLs, observations of teaching and learning, and observations in centres. Observations should be planned in advance so that assessors and IQAs can prepare. Prepare the admin and forms that you'll need to complete on the day, and of course your logistical requirements. And plan for safe storage and access for completed feedback so that you can show the lead IQA and share with centres when you're ready. Look at whether centres are using both forms of sampling, such as interim and final. Standardisation events are normally planned by the IQA, who will bring in all assessors who deliver the same qualification to share best practice, perhaps online or face-to-face. As an EQA, you'll attend your own standardisation, but you'll also check the standardisation events or minutes of centres. If you're planning to attend an event, you will need to require permission from the centre and make logistical arrangements or have access to meetings or recordings. Watching recorded training events can teach you a lot as an EQA without the pressure on centres. You'll need to prepare to evidence planning as an EQA. So you'll look at sampling plans and tracking sheets or sampling report templates and have those ready. You'll schedule OTL dates and you'll have your planning documents and calendar ready to share and communicate with centres. Each centre will have a quality assurance plan stored centrally which contains lots of details about what they'll IQA. As an EQA, you'll need to be looking at this, checking it's adhered to, and you'll have a similar sampling plan for your own centres. So it's important as an EQA you plan for what, who, how, where, when and why you're external quality assuring. Plan for each aspect as you did as an IQA, but for your centres. Of course, as an IQA, we tend to know our assessors, and then the role of an EQA is likely to be more formal, more distant, and often feedback is more written than verbal. You need to schedule effectively and communicate well with centres. Formulate a strategy. You won't want to sample everything, it's all about risk. So your EQA strategy is most likely produced by the awarding authority that you'll work for, but you may be involved in producing it. It's very similar to an IQA strategy, but obviously it relates to the centres and what you're going to see. You need to make sure it includes things such as coverage, timings, visit types, observation of teaching and learning, sharing best practice, and standardisation requirements. It may also contain what things should be checked as an EQA, such as caseloads, ratio of learners to assessors, assessor availability, policy checking, schedules, sampling and RAG ratings. So the EQA role is varied with several different tasks to be done throughout the year at different times. You need to follow the EQA plan provided by your organisation. So for your assignment, complete your workbook and answer the questions. You can write one assignment to cover several criteria if you wish, or be creative in how you produce your evidence. And as always, refer to the Anne Gravel's book as a reference. Good luck with your assignment, and here's your email address if you need us.